When did military brotherhood show up when you needed it most? I thought I was done for. Afghanistan 2010, 3 months into my first deployment. IED took out our convoy, flipped my Humvee, killed my gunner instantly. I was trapped underneath, both legs crushed, bleeding out fast. Radio was dead, vehicle was burning. Rest of the convoy thought everyone in my truck was KIA. They'd moved on to secure the area, hunt for the trigger man. Standard protocol. I was alone. That's when I heard boots running toward me. Expected Taliban fighters coming to finish the job. Instead, it was Jackson from 2nd Squad. Guy I barely knew. Different platoon, different tent, never really talked to him. Holy shit, you're alive, he said, dropping to his knees. Started digging me out with his bare hands. Metal was hot, cutting his fingers. Didn't care. The truck was leaking fuel everywhere. One spark and we'd both be dead. I told him to leave me, get out before it blew. He looked at me like I was crazy. Not happening, brother. We all go home. Jackson called for help on his radio, but the response team was pinned down by sniper fire. He had two choices: wait for backup that might never come, or try moving me alone. He chose option 3. Started carrying me on his back while returning fire with his sidearm. 200 meters to the rally point under active combat with a guy who outweighed him by 30 pounds. Halfway there, he took a round in the shoulder, spun him around, nearly dropped me. Blood soaking through his uniform. Still didn't stop, just adjusted his grip and kept moving. You good? I asked. Been better. You? Still breathing. Then we're winning. Made it to the rally point just as medevac arrived. Jackson collapsed the second he handed me off to the medics. Blood pressure dropping, going into shock from his own wounds. We both got airlifted to Bagram. Spent 2 weeks in beds next to each other. That's when I learned why he came back for me. His older brother had been KIA in Iraq 3 years earlier, left behind in a burning vehicle while his squad evacuated. Body wasn't recovered for 6 hours. Jackson swore he'd never let another soldier die alone. Didn't matter if I knew you or not, he said. You wear the same flag. That makes you family. I lost my left leg below the knee. Jackson kept his shoulder but with limited mobility. Both got Purple Hearts. Both got medical retirement. But the brotherhood didn't end there. Jackson moved to my hometown after we got out, helped me through physical therapy, job interviews, dating again. Best man at my wedding 2 years later. When my daughter was born, Jackson was the first person I called. He drove 6 hours to the hospital just to hold her for 5 minutes. Started a non-profit together, help wounded veterans transition to civilian life. Jackson handles the counseling side, I manage logistics. Perfect team. We've helped over 300 veterans so far. Each one gets the same message. No one gets left behind, no one faces this alone. My daughter calls him Uncle Jackson. Doesn't know he saved my life. Just knows he's always been there, always will be. People ask why I stayed in the same small town after the military. Why not move to a big city? More opportunities, fresh start. Because this is where my brother lives. The guy who carried me out of hell on his back. The guy who proves every day that military brotherhood doesn't end when you take off the uniform. Last month, Jackson had a heart attack. Massive one. I spent 4 days in that hospital waiting room, just like he did for me in Germany. When he woke up, first thing he said was, "Guess it's your turn to carry me." Always, brother. Always. That's what brotherhood means. It's not about rank or unit or branch of service. It's about the promise that when everything goes wrong, someone will come running toward the fire to get you out. Jackson taught me that in a burning Humvee in Afghanistan. I get to prove it every day we're both still breathing.